Ever feel like just a one tiny piece in this giant puzzle we call existence?
I know what you mean.
Well, maybe today's deep dive will strike a chord, so to speak.
Oh, I like that.
We're tapping into the wisdom of Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius.
Ah, good old Marcus.
Yeah.
His meditation's timeless, really.
Right. Centuries later, and they still resonate, but, gets me.
What's that?
The raw honesty. These weren't grand speeches, but his own personal.
Journaling, basically, grappling with life's big questions.
Exactly. Imagine being emperor, dealing with wars and politics.
And still carving out time to reflect like that. Incredible.
So in this deep dive, we're in Book 5, Part 5, where Aurelius gets into it.
Oh yeah, this is where it gets good. Universal harmony, self-reflection.
Even death. He doesn't shy away from the heavy stuff.
He doesn't. It's like this direct line to the human experience,
Absolutely. So to set the stage, passage 24, he talks about this rational essence governing the universe.
Right, the driving force behind it all.
How would you explain that? It sounds kind of complex.
Think of it like the universe is this perfectly tuned instrument, right?
Okay, I like that.
Every event, every action, it's like a note contributing to the overall.
Harmony.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some notes might sound weird on their own, like a dissonant chord,
I hear you.
but within the whole composition, they're crucial. They create depth.
So even those annoying traffic jams or surprise bills, part of some grand plan.
In a way, yeah. It's about interconnectedness. Aurelius is saying, look, you might not always get the why behind everything.
But trust there's a reason.
Exactly. There's an order to it all.
That makes me think of passage 25 where he talks about self-reflection. He's not just talking about the universe out there, but also
an inner world, right? How we fit into all this.
Right. It's like he's saying, okay, you're part of this grand orchestra, but how are you playing your part?
It's about accountability.
He asks those tough questions. How have you treated those around you? Have you lived a life free of wrongdoing?
That's Stoicism in a nutshell. Constant self-improvement.
And he doesn't hold back. That line. How have you treated the gods, your parents, your friends, your servants? Whoa. Intense.
It's a lot. Makes you think, are we living up to those standards today?
Right. Anything in there that particularly stands out to you?
I think it's that emphasis on how we treat others. And not just close friends and family, but everyone. With kindness, fairness, integrity.
Yeah, it's a universal message, as relevant now as it was then.
Totally. Good reality check for us all.
It reminds me of his frustration with people obsessed with trivial matters, like in passage 26.
Oh yeah, he calls them imprudent, unlearned souls.
He doesn't mince words, does he?
Nope. But I think it's less about frustration, more like he sees them as missing out.
Missing out on what?
On a deeper understanding. Like, why waste energy on fleeting pleasures or worries when you could be focusing on what truly matters?
And that brings us to that analogy in passage 29, the child with a rattle.
Oh, I love that one. So relatable.
We've all been there, right? Engrossed in something ultimately meaningless.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that's exactly his point. He's showing how easily we get attached to things that only bring temporary satisfaction.
And how that can distract us from
what really matters.
Yeah.
The Stoics believe true freedom came from recognizing those attachments and choosing to let them go. And it's not always something physical, right? It could be like an obsession with status or getting caught in drama.
Oh, totally. The things we get wrapped up in.
Right. What are some of your rattles, you think? It's a good question for all of us.
It really is. Easy to lose sight of the bigger picture.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
Aurelius doesn't shy away from the ultimate big one, death.
Nope. He goes there. Passage 27. Straightforward, as always.
Within a very little while, thou wilt be either ashes or a solitum.
Not exactly a pick-me-up quote, but even though it's heavy.
It's strangely peaceful how he writes about it.
Right. Like he's made peace with it, which I guess is the point.
Exactly. That's the Stoic view. Death, it's natural, like birth or the seasons changing.
So don't fear it.
Accept it. And in that acceptance, you find freedom. You can actually truly live in the present.
It makes sense. But actually internalizing that, that's going to be tough.
Totally. It's a practice. I think that's what Aurelius is struggling with, even as he's writing this.
You can kind of feel him working through it.
He even asks, what is it then that doth keep thee here? Like, it's all temporary. The wealth, the status, even our bodies. What's the point?
The ultimate question, what gives life meaning? I feel like a lot of people wrestle with that.
For sure. But for Aurelius, it seems to be about how we choose to live, even knowing that we won't be here forever.
So it's not about ignoring death, but about letting it inform how we live.
Yeah. Which brings us to passages 28 and 30, where he talks about choosing our path, finding happiness no matter what life throws at us.
He was big on that, wasn't he? That we have the power to choose.
Absolutely. True happiness, he believed, it doesn't come from achievements or possessions. It comes from within.
He talks about cultivating good inclinations of the soul, good desires, good actions.
It's about aligning your actions with your values, with virtue.
Right. Not about the outward stuff, but the inner qualities.
Exactly. Virtue was key for Aurelius and for the Stoics in general. That was the good stuff. The path to real, lasting happiness.
So not chasing pleasure or wealth, but
living a life of purpose, of meaning.
Yeah.
Guided by wisdom, justice, courage, temperance.
It's like he's giving us the ingredients, right?
Yeah.
But instead of flour and sugar, it's like courage, justice, wisdom.
Right. That's what makes it so powerful.
Totally.
Yeah.
And what always strikes me is he didn't just talk the talk. He was an emperor, for goodness sake.
With a lot on his plate. But he still made time for all this.
Exactly. Shows you it's not just some ivory tower philosophy. It's actually applicable
to everyday life.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Even emperors. So it's a good reminder for us too, right? We can all take a moment, step back, and ask ourselves,
am I living according to my values?
Am I contributing to that harmony?
It all comes back to that question that Aurelius keeps coming back to. What is it then that doth keep thee here?
Like, what's your why? What gives your life meaning? It's a big one.
It is.
Yeah.
But in a world that feels so chaotic, having that sense of purpose, it's grounding.
Totally. Gives you that strength to face the tough stuff.
And it's a choice we get to make. Just like Aurelius chose to approach being emperor with this commitment to virtue.
We can choose to
live intentionally, to strive for that better version of ourselves.
It's a powerful message, isn't it? We're not just along for the ride, we have agency.
Absolutely. And that's what's amazing about these ancient texts, written so long ago, but
still relevant, still speaking to us.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Marcus Aurelius, think about that. What will you choose to focus on? What are the rattles you're ready to let go of?
And what keeps you here? Driving you to live a life of purpose and meaning.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep seeking that inner harmony.
Beautifully said. Until next time.
In this grind called life, we hold our heads high. Through the stormy skies, we never say die. Facing every challenge like a stoic knight. With every step forward, we ignite the night. Bounce back from the falls, never showing no fear. In the darkest moments, our minds stay clear. With a heart of iron and a steady aim, we charge through the pain, never seeking fame. Keep it moving, keep it strong. Push it forward all day long. Stoic courage, battle on. Raise your voice and sing this song. From the valleys low to the highest peaks, we conquer the silence even when it speaks. Life's battles rage on, we never shy away. Standing firm in the fray, each and every day. Rhythm of resilience pounding in our chest. Fighting every battle, never taking rest. Stoic courage flowing in our veins. Through the joy and through the pains. Keep it moving, keep it strong. Push it forward all day long. Stoic courage, battle on. Raise your voice and sing this song. Bounce back from the falls, never showing no fear. In the darkest moments, our minds stay clear. With a heart of iron and a steady aim, we charge through the pain, never seeking fame. Keep it moving, keep it strong. Push it forward all day long. Stoic courage, battle on. Raise your voice and sing this song. Keep it moving, keep it strong. Push it forward all day long. Stoic courage, battle on. Raise your voice and sing this song.
Anything you did today, don't do it tomorrow, and so on and so forth. If you overate last night, you regret it today, don't do it today. If you drank, you regret it, it's gotta go. Regret's your guideline. Whatever you regret has to go.
If you really want to stop dabbling, you know, it's somebody who said they want to lose weight, but when no one's watching, they're eating the wrong food, or someone says they want to start the business, but no one's watching, they're binging out on Netflix. You know, if you're that person, and I'm not knocking you, if that's who you are, enjoy it, live it, but don't say you want it. Don't talk out of two sides of your mouth. Like, either go all in, burn the boats and do it, or just accept the life that you have. Like, I hate to be real, but you can't lose weight and not work out and eat bad. Like, it just doesn't, or you can't make more money, have Ed's life or someone else's life that you see. You can't have that without putting the work in. So if you're going to put the work in, you have to have the mindset to be committed and dedicated to it, right? We have to be disciplined.
You don't have to win all your fights, but you do have to fight all your fights. What a huge lesson in life, right? Because that tells you that some days you're going to win and some days you're going to lose. I'm not saying losing's a great thing you should aspire to, but you're going to lose sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're not going to win all your fights. But when you lose, get up.
Now I view failure. If you can call it failure, I see it as, I call it golden opportunities. Believe it or not, when we face obstacles or tribulations or failures or anything that can come our way, those are the opportunities that I view as gold. These are the opportunities, if you can see that as such, that will really bring out the best in you, that will really bring to the surface those areas in your life that have the power to drag you down. The letter K in my book is kryptonite. We've heard about Superman and how he can fly and how he can,
Ignorance is the cause of fear. He that can have patience can have what he will.
Far better is it to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, even though checkered by failure, than to rank with those poor spirits who neither enjoy nor suffer much, because they live in a gray twilight that knows not victory nor defeat. Theodore Roosevelt.
If you want to see the world change, start with yourself. Do your duty and a little more, and the future will take care of itself.
When you become aware of silence, immediately there is a stillness and a presence, which are not separate from you, but are the essence of who you are. Eckhart Tolle.
Are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about?
I want you to understand the difference between a risk and a gamble. What we do here, this is calculated, okay? We weigh the odds, we make a choice.
You see that man right there? Do you remember him? You gotta block out everything and be in the moment. Not the past, not the future, right now.
You have control of this. This belongs to you. This is yours. You're the captain, you're the master, you're the foreman, you're the general, you're the head. Don't give control of this to nobody.
Don't let this man control you. Don't let him control you.
You gotta get real doggish. Now, like I was telling you before, if you want to be ordinary, you ain't even gotta listen to me. Just go on about your business.
Hard times create hard men. Hard men create soft times. Soft times create soft men. Soft men create hard times.
If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My wife told me this great expression. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
Failure has been achieved, thank God. Now, the only place to go from failure is to win. You have to achieve failure. You have to take it that far. Nobody wants to go that far. It's too scary. But you know something? I got news for you. That's where winning is. It always has been. Nothing's changed.
Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you?
Why?
There is no tomorrow! There is no tomorrow!
Les Brown's a motivational speaker. He made an analogy about this. He says, imagine you're on your deathbed and standing around you.
protection from other men, secured to some extent by the power to expel and by material prosperity, comes in its purest form from a quiet life withdrawn from the multitude.
Life sometimes separates people so that they can realize how much they mean to each other. Don't work after 50 because money won't let you know yourself. Spend time wisely, then you will be extended.
A house divided against itself cannot stand. Abraham Lincoln.
If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Never expect someone to catch you when you fall, even if you have caught many from falling.
Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. Alan Watts.
Yet not recklessly. And this is an invitation into a lifestyle of balance. You gotta know when to talk. You gotta know when to be quiet. You gotta know when to learn, and you've got to know when to unlearn. You need to know when to be angry, but not bitter. We must be anxious for nothing, but to be deliberately calculated. Step into the mastery of keeping a cool head in a hot situation. You may want to go off right now. You may want to lose your mind, but it is imperative and extremely critical that you keep a cool head and be anxious for nothing. We must master the art of calm. To be calm is to be absent from violence, to show no feeling of nervousness, no anger, no strong emotion. To be calm is to be confident. To be calm is to be certain. You may be in the worst fight, battle, and war you've ever seen, but you must be confident that you're coming out on the other side. Calm, cool, and collected. So take a moment, breathe in and breathe out. What you have begun, you will finish. No matter the fight, the test, the battle, the life circumstance, you will meet every situation calm, cool, and collected. You got this. The truth is not what you want it to be. It is what it is, and you must bend to its power or live a lie.
When at any time thou art offended with anyone's impudency, put presently this question to thyself. What? Is it then possible that there should not be any impudent men in the world? Certainly it is not possible. Desire not then that which is impossible. For this one thou must think, whosoever he be is one of those impudent ones, that the world cannot be without. So of the subtile and crafty, so of the perfidious, so of every one that offendeth, must thou ever be ready to reason with thyself. For whilst in general thou dost thus reason with thyself, that the kind of them must needs be in the world, thou wilt be the better able to use meekness towards every particular. This also thou shalt find of very good use upon every such occasion, presently to consider with thyself, what proper virtue nature hath furnished man with, against such a vice, or to encounter with a disposition vicious in this kind. As for example against the unthankful, it hath given goodness and meekness as an antidote, and so against another vicious in another kind some other peculiar faculty. And generally, is it not in thy power to instruct him better